So, good afternoon everyone. So, the next topic in 808 is, which is all about the performance-based assessment. Di ba kasi gusto kami yung mga performance-based assessment? So meet our team. So, So, Arby Dahang, Desi M. Larelli, and yours truly, and Sobra. So, for the introduction, performance-based assessment is a method of evaluating students' proficiency or ability by observing their ability to perform specific tasks or demonstrate particular skills. Okay, Miss Jin Liping. So, here ang idea. Di ba i-encounter na sa natong performance-based assessment. So, para sa imo, uno ang performance-based assessment.
Ang performance-based assessment is a kind of assessment that the students are able to perform their activities para ma-assess sila ng
Di ba yan yung kakabuo? Traditional assessment of assessment. So, ang performance-based assessment is ma-consider siya sa authentic assessment. So, when we say performance-based assessment is amunin mga activity na ma-apply ang mga skills ng mga students. Like, for example, role play, mag-field work, di ba? Ano pa?
Recreational activity.
Yaon, singa na di ba? Sabi sa performance-based assessment. Di ba ginawa ni, unlike traditional forms of assessment such as standardized test or the multiple choice exams, so which primarily measure knowledge retention. So di ba sa traditional assessment is ang ng student is ang ila of knowledge comprehension isa, di ba? Ma-apply sa nila cognitive, o di ba? Sa Bloom's taxonomy is ma-apply ang ila cognitive. Then for the performance-based assessment, focus on the practical applications and real-world skills. Amin lang kilang sa iyo kainan no, na ma-apply gayon ang skills ng mga students sa activity na yan sa performance-based assessment. So, what is the importance of performance-based assessment? Okay, RV. 1-0. Okay, Miss Justine. So, in your own idea, what is the importance of performance-based assessment?
Okay, so for me, the importance of performance-based assessment, of course, the teacher cannot only assess the students by their knowledge or their cognitive aspect, especially when it is conducted through standardized tests. The teacher must also evaluate or assess the students through the performance base, because there are some students that excel in different field, or example yun, pagtigme sila musaya, pagtigme sila sa laboratory. So, through that performance-based assessment, you can test also the skills of the students, even yung hindi siya standardized.
So, thank you, Miss Linda. So, ilawan niya, assessments are an integral part of, Miss Justine. Sorry, Justine. So, assessments are an integral part of the learning journey. So, they are a way for learners to know about their performance and for educators to help them with the process and intervene when necessary. So, performance-based assessment is an evaluation approach that focuses on measuring someone's ability to apply their knowledge in the real world. So, instead of solely testing the knowledge acquisition, so by demonstrating their understanding of topics or the tasks, learners are required to put what they've learned into practice through activities such as presentation, experiments, and simulation. So, ang performance-based assessment is grabe din siya ka-importante. Kaya nga, no, matest kayo ng higher order thinking skills ng isa ka students. Kaya di ba nga nasa performance-based assessment, how sa ito mag-sit and play, yaon ay talk show, di ba? Tapos yaon pa yung mga sayaw-sayaw, sama yan siya, performance, lisod siya, di ba? Labi na agad sa pag-judge niya. So, there are 5 benefits of a performance-based assessment. First is the relevance and real-world application. So, performance-based assessment gives learners a great opportunity to practically apply their knowledge in their real-world situations. Balik-balik na mo. So, this happens because those assessments mirror realistic scenarios and include tasks to encourage learners to bridge the gap between theory and practice. So students can understand concepts more deeply and effectively gain the necessary skills to succeed in their learning goals. So isa sa mga benefits ng performance-based assessment is the relevance and real-world application. For example, ang teacher mo lang na magpa-roleplay about issues in the Philippines. So, di ba, in that way, is masabtan gayon sa ka-students kung ano gayon ang issue, pinaagi sa pag-act. Kung saan ko isa bang hikuan? Yeah. Then, critical thinking skills. So, these assessments require students to analyze information and choose how to approach the presented problem. So, this process enhances their critical thinking and problem-solving skills as well as their creativity. So unlike traditional assessments based on memorization, so performance-based assessment focus on the learner's decisions and solutions. So di ba matest kayo ang higher order thinking skills na isa ka? The next is the personalized learning. So each student's different learning preferences and strengths are celebrated during the performance-based assessment. So this is because they allow learners to display their understanding of the concept in ways that suit their interest and uniqueness. So additionally, they have more freedom to show their skills, giving educators the opportunity to provide tailored instruction according to each learner's abilities. So di ba, for example, may gi-instruct na isa ka teacher na ang mahimo. Di ba ang mga students kailangan malang mga hakan-hakalon, so malang ba mas mo exceed pa gayud ang expectation na isa ka teacher. Hanggang RB, di ba? Grabe na niya preparation sa ilang 10. Then collaboration. So collaborations and communication skills are vital in today's job market. So after all, many real-world situations require collective decision making. So these assessments group students together to find solutions to a problem, then each contributing their diverse opinions and perspectives to the effort. So when students collaborate with each other, so they sharpen their active listening skills and know how to filter information from different sources to come up with an effective solutions. So, collaboration. So, isa yun sa benefits ng performance-based assessment. Kaya di ba, i-focus agad ka muna ng teachers, ayaw na activity. So dapat, gayon is yahay collaborations. Kaya para, tabangan yung tanan, then gayaw na. Pero sa dyan, kaya hindi ka na ng collaboration. So, sa bagay, isa na ito siya masisi.
Depende sa situation.
Oo. Then, need kayo na may collaborations. Kaya para gayon, daghay sa ideas na ma-contribute ng imo ka grupo kay para kayo is dayaw ang iyo performance dayaw na specific na activity or performance. Then last benefits of performance-based assessment is motivation. So traditional assessment are stressful and can include the fear of failure in learners. Tinuod yaon ang traditional assessment kuno is makahatag ng isa siya sa ka-stressful. Kaya di ba makano ka muna ma-fail? For example, sa multiple choice items, for example, is yung di ba? Pag years, mahalo ka mo kabasin kung may score. So they are usually the reason behind students' discouragement. So on the other hand, assessments based on performance since they present them with relevant informations and meaningful tasks, the students have a space to express themselves, create their So, kita nga di galaong nga din na ang traditional is mas stressful ko siya while ang performance is makahatag ko ng motivation. Pero para sa ako, depende talaga yun siya, di ba? For example, kung lisuli ang activity, di ba? Sa'yo, wala sa ka mo ng marong sa ka mo na hindi mo ma-meet ang expectation ni isa ka teacher. So, magdepende talaga ako ganyan siya. Then, for the types of performance-based assessments will be discussed by Ms. Casey M. Tauren.
Continue lang. Atong bagay na.
So there are 4 types of performance-based assessment. So again, what is performance-based assessment? Marianica.
Of course, performance-based assessment is that they will perform nagara na ay assessment.
So it is a practical applications. So the first type of performance-based assessment is the project-based assessment. So during project-based assessment, learners complete projects with complex concepts to prove the extent to which they understood the learning material. So, nga siya mo apply ito na ito gihimo sa kanbang badayos, itong nagparin mo ng mga models, mga items, ito kang IV, ito siya. So, kanin ma-measure kung hand-guide at hand-guide tapit at isang talaga mga students. Kaya i-apply nila at sa ilagihim mo ng project kung ano yung mga isang. So, this can be creating a model. So, ito lang ito ipanahin mo sa kanbang badayos. Conducting research. Conducting research on topics. So, nga ni mo suod alam ito na mga case study. Hindi mo mag-case study kita kat mga badayos. Or handling and creating words. Nga ni mo suod ito mga, ano pa? Mga, ay, ano ba yun? Ito mga meal plan, ito mga brochure na may mga stuff. So such as in videos or infographics. For example, in physics class, students may apply a theorem and experiment and present this outcome with written observations. The second type of the performance-based assessment is the portfolio assessment. So balik-balik nagyapon siya sa EDO. So hay mo lang tumaruan. So portfolio assessment involves students producing various projects for a specific subject and handling them over a time. So muna po na siya compilation ng imong mga outputs. Then at the end of the semester or at the end of the school year, ipasa siya sa ato teacher. So this way, so having portfolio assessment is ma-monitor ng teacher ang progress or ng students. So kung hain na niya, kung ano yung mga saktan sa specific context and topics. So third is the simulation assessment. So Ryan, what is simulation assessment? In your own idea.
Dahil ang simulation is a form of it is a form of hands-on activities na like for example in a certain subject may mga simulation like let us say the laboratory ones that it will be performed personally or it will be in an online setting. So that's a form of simulation.
Sir, yung totoo sa bahay sa una?
Sir Garcia, yes. Also, Kamang Zamra, the French simulator. Russia, Garcia. Sir Garcia. So, those are a form of simulations where you will apply the knowledge into your experiences and knowledge into real life situation. But in assuming that the fact that there are lots of circumstances like the shortage of facilities, so you will find another alternatives, then for example the online ones, so that you can still meet the learning outcomes that is needed for a certain topic.
So sakto na lang ni Ryan mga real life situation. So simulation assessment And so yeah, this is an immersive way for students to experience the learning material, engaging more in the process. So an example na is mga role play na magkuha ng mga students ng mga real life situations. So kibaliak nila kung ano yung mga panghitabo ko man sa ako palibot. So ito sa ginawa ni Ryan, ito ka Sir Russia. So last is the authentic assessment. Yula, what is authentic assessment?
Everything that assessment, all assessments that do not belong to traditional assessment are
Thank you, Yon. So authentic assessment requires students to fully authentic assessment requires students to fully embrace the concepts they are learning. So in an history class, they need to act like real historians. So amo na siya ng ununoy ang siya ng subject. Kasi history na class, di ba? History na class, so they need to act as historians. So kibalik-kapihon nila kung unoy ibalik-kapihon nila kung i-apply nila kung unoy ang siya na subject or topics. While making sure the source of their information is reliable. So dapat permit gayon fact or reliable information ang ilagan dito. So this allow the learners to develop skills that are going to help them in their future life. So managapag sila mga sa real life situations and gives them the opportunity for hands-on learning. So what are the 4 types of performance-based assessment? BFF.
Project-based.
assessment, authentic assessment, simulation,
Correct. So the 4 types of performance-based assessment are
Project-based, portfolio, simulation, and authentic assessment.
So for the steps, we have for the hack to discuss the
Good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So I will be discussing the steps in designing and implementing performance-based assessment. So in designing performance-based assessment, we have to consider these 4. First is identify learning outcomes. What is learning outcomes? Miss Regine, what is learning outcomes? Okay, thank you, Ms. Regina. So, in design performance-based assessment, we have to identify, or the teacher should identify, learning outcomes. Define specific learning objectives aligned with the curriculum or educational guidelines. For example, in chemistry, assess understanding of periodic table and recognition of chemical compounds. Ano ang iya learning outcomes. Then, after you identify learning outcomes, you have to select assessment methods. Unahin mo mga methods na mo-align sa learning outcomes. Choose appropriate assessment method based on the learning outcomes. Consider the nature of subject, theoretical or practical, and select from options like portfolios, projects, simulations, or presentations. So, in selecting assessment methods, dapat ka-align siya sa learning outcomes. Dapat, kung magbasayo ka, dapat align siya. Kung magpa-laboratory, di ka pwede sa music scene performance sa laboratory, di pwede. So, dapat laboratory exercises dapat mo. Next is design assessment task. Since you select the assessment tools and assessment methods, you have to design assessment tasks. Create authentic tasks that align with the curriculum and learning goals. ensure clarity instructions and provide rubrics outlining assessment criteria and performance levels. So here in designing assessment tasks, yaon na nga damsud ang mga instructions, activities na mo ipa-implement. Then after designing assessment tasks, yaka-hatag na ko ng mga instructions, and yaka-provide na ko ng activities, gihimo na nila ang activity. Then, lastly, you have to analyze the result. Review students' overall coursework and assess their performance in alignment with learning goals. Evaluate whether students have achieved the desired understanding and proficiency. So, kung ang imo learning outcomes is magpasayaw, tapos sa pag-analyze din ng results is wala sila katigam kung sa ang daan na painin different forms of dancing inanataraw. So wala ma-achieve ang tuan. So you have to evaluate or identify their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes. That's right.
So those are the important things in designing performance-based. What are those four? First is
Identify learning outcomes.
second,
Select assessment methods.
next,
Evaluate.
no. Second is select assessment method. Third is
Evaluate. Sorry.
design assessment task. Then
Analyze results.
Analysis. Very good. In conclusion, ensuring fair and tailored assessment method for students is essential to accurately gauge their abilities and address their individual learning needs. Implementing performance-based assessment demands meticulous planning to effectively evaluate learning skills and knowledge. By following the outlined steps, educators can create assessments that align with students' interests and learning goals, fostering a more engaging and effective learning journey. Ultimately, performance-based assessment offer a holistic approach to evaluate their performance, benefiting both students and the educational process as a whole. So, performance-based assessment is giving an equal opportunity for those students in line to their interests. Dapat fair ang paghatag ng activities, fair ang ma-distribute ang learning. Okay? That's all. Thank you.